Hello, Carrots here. Welcome to episode 19 of the Perfect Genetics Challenge. I'll start this episode with a recap of the rules. The founder must have distinctive and unusual hair and eye colour. I chose bright pink. The founder and their spouse must have babies until they have an heir. The heir must have the exact same hair and eye colour as the founder. This process must continue for 10 generations, and the founder and all heirs must have the dislikes children trait. Olivia is our founder. Here she is in her career outfit because she's a career woman. Her traits are dislikes children, flirty, natural cook, easily impressed, virtuoso. She's achieved her lifetime wish of culinary librarian, and she's currently working as a line cook, which is level 5 of the culinary career, and she totally adores her spouse, Don. We find Don in his son's bathroom, examining his face in the mirror. I don't know quite why or how he got there, but that's where I found him. Now, Don's traits are flirty and natural cook, which are the traits he shares with his spouse, Olivia. He also has savvy sculptor, angler, and family-oriented. The family-oriented trait comes in handy since he's going to have children with Olivia until they have an heir. His lifetime wish is celebrated 5-star chef, which requires him to join the culinary career. Now, Olivia has been in the culinary career for a lot longer than Don has, because he didn't join the career until he joined her household after their wedding. His current job is spice runner, which is level 2 in the culinary career. He needs to get to the top of the career to get his lifetime wish. Of course, because Olivia dislikes children, Don finds himself at home most of the time taking care of the children while Olivia goes to work. She's already got her lifetime wish. Don is struggling, but he needs to work hard at it, but he still needs to stay home and take care of the children. Now, in this image, take a particularly good look at the colours in his hair, because most of the children seem to have inherited his exact hair colour, even though the hairstyles indicate that they may not have got the identical hair colour they have. The exception of 2 of his children, all of the others have got his hair. The youngest child of Olivia and Don is Percy. Now, they didn't need Percy because they've already got their heir, but Don wanted another child, so Olivia decided that she would have another child with him, just to make him happy because she loves him so much. However, he has since asked for another child, and she's put her foot down. No more. So we'll wait and see what happens. Will Don hang around here, or will he go off with somebody else so he can continue adding to his family? Now, little Percy's inherited his father's hair, which he needed to inherit his mother's hair to become the heir, but he didn't. He got his father's hair. And Percy's traits are loves the outdoors and athletic. And I think he's got a little cheeky look about him. Quite looking forward to playing with little Percy. While pregnant with her 4th child, Olivia ate lots of watermelon because she wanted a girl. She also had a wish to plant a forbidden fruit, and she knew that if she planted the forbidden fruit, she might end up with a plant sim baby. Now, she doesn't like children and she didn't really want a baby, but she knew Don was very family oriented, and she was quite sure that he'd take care of the baby if she happened to have a plant sim baby instead of just picking a forbidden fruit. So Petal came along, and Petal joined the household. She is the image of her mother, because plant sims tend to be the image of their parent who picked them, but Don is the chief caregiver. Now, little Petal's traits are couch potato and friendly, and the favourite thing I have about little Petal is her flower trail. Now, after eating lots of watermelons, Olivia finally had a girl, and the girl was Cindy, and Cindy is her heir. And Cindy's traits are couch potato and slob. She should be quite friendly with little Petal because they share the couch potato trait. Now, before Cindy was born, Olivia and Don had 3 sons, none of whom had Olivia's hair or eye colour. One of them managed to inherit Olivia's skin colour, but all of the other children of Olivia and Don have inherited Don's skin colour. Even little Cindy has Don's skin colour. Now, the one in the front is Owen, and he is the 3rd child, their 3rd son, and Owen's traits are absent-minded and heavy sleeper. James is the only one who's inherited Olivia's skin colour, but he got black hair and dark brown eyes. And he's standing there at the right, at the back. And James's traits are neurotic, bookworm and grumpy. And the eldest, their firstborn, who is standing at the back on the left, is Gary. And Gary's traits are loves the outdoors, eccentric and athletic. He shares 2 traits with little Percy, so I'm hoping that Gary and Percy might be good mates. Their 2 shared traits are loves the outdoors and athletic. Now that we've had a reminder of who everybody is and where they fit in, enter the nursery. Don is quickly teaching little Percy, the newest arrival, all he needs to know. In the previous episode, Percy was born and aged up to toddler. First skill he's being taught is how to talk, because we don't want him learning from the playpen mirror. No particular reason, I just don't want him to learn to talk from the mirror. I've decided that I'll try to get somebody else to teach each of them to talk. It's taking Don quite a long time to teach Gary to talk, and he seems to get frustrated with Gary's progress. I'm hoping that Gary's not a slow learner. Actually, in this episode, I've noticed a change in Don's attitude to the children. He doesn't seem to be quite so attentive as he was previously. Maybe he's getting frustrated with the endless childcare duties, because Olivia just goes straight back to work as soon as she's had the baby. When she's pregnant, she takes a few days off, and then as soon as she's had the baby, she's back to work, and Don's left at home to take care of all the children, all the toddlers and the babies. Don really wants to progress in his career, because his lifetime wish depends on him getting to the top of his career. And he's only on level 2 at the moment. And here he is stuck at home while Olivia is off. She's got her lifetime wish. She's culinary librarian, and she's on level 5 in the career, and she just heads off straight back to work and dumps the babies with Don. But then she doesn't like children. And I think Don had a fairly good idea of what was in store for him when he married her, because he always knew that they'd be having babies until there was an heir. And once they had the heir, Don was the one who wanted the extra, and Percy, who he's now teaching to talk, was the extra. Might leave them there with their learning to talk, and we can go on to the next activity. Now, Owen is still a toddler, and Owen is in the playpen on his own. And Owen needs to wait for everybody to come home, because the older children would be at school and Olivia at work. So Owen needs to wait for them to return before he can be aged up, because I want a party. We're going to have cake. So while he is waiting, he can learn his charisma skill in the playpen by playing with the mirror. I'll also add some of the other toddlers to his playpen with him, so they can become good friends before they age up, before he ages up, because he's the only one who's going to become a child in this episode. And as usual, leaving the weather to its default, we've got thunder and lightning and rain outside permanently. It's spring, we need sunshine. I think I'm going to turn that rain off for the next episode. I want them playing outside and fishing and doing things like that. In the other playpen, the 2 little girls are playing together happily. They've still got lots of books to read, and Percy's still got all of his books and all of his skills to learn and read the books. The girls just have to read the books. They've learnt all the toddler skills. And they're getting extra skills from the playpen, where they become friends, and then they can play with the mirror to increase their charisma skill and their logic skill when they play with the abacus that's in the playpen. I'm not worrying too much about the handiness skill which they get from the walker. There is a walker there, and some of them might get a little bit of time in it. But it takes such a long time to gain a single handiness skill point. I think they'll get the handiness skill a lot faster just by reading a handiness book at the library when they are old enough to do that. So, there he is. Percy's learnt to talk. Now he can learn how to walk. Maybe Don's too tired to do that right now. Percy looks tired as well. He's got to have a bottle and then he can go to bed. Owen's been put into bed because he's got sleepy. When there's only one in the playpen on their own, their needs go down, whereas if you've got 2 together, the needs go up to the top. And poor little Owen was in his playpen by himself, and he had to go to bed because there is snoring away there in his cot. So there are the girls together in the playpen. That is Cindy and Petal. Percy's finished his bottle, so he can go to sleep now. So that's Owen waking up. He can go back into the playpen. Don's been run off his feet with so many toddlers. He'll put little Percy to bed first before he gets Owen out of the cot. Percy needs to sleep and Don will be busy with Owen next. And when Percy wakes up, Don will teach him how to walk. There he is, he's gone down, he's asleep now. He's asleep now. And Owen is desperate to get out because he's starving. He wants a bottle. I don't have high chairs and I don't feed them in their high chairs simply because the Sims constantly put their toddlers into the high chair and just leave them there to scream. And I've got too many toddlers to be constantly telling Sims to take the toddler out of the high chair. So one way I handle so many toddlers is I just don't use high chairs. I do put them in occasionally for a particular purpose, and then I'll take them out again. Now it's breakfast time and Don's up cooking pancakes, but Gary couldn't wait. He's eating something as a leftover from the fridge. Not sure what he's got. Gary and James need to go to school. It'll be James. There's the bus. It'll be James's first day at school today. Gary's already got up to grade B at school. He's only got to get up one more level and he'll be able to age up to teen. So I'll keep him as a child for a little while so he can get to play with James. I might even change the rules to they need to be on the honour roll for 3 days because there is a wish to do that. There they go, off to school. Here they are in the bus, James and Gary, and there's the school. Looks like they need umbrellas. Here's the bus. They're at the school now. When I've got rain turned off, though, they won't need their umbrellas. I'll just get them a sunshade, perhaps. Hopefully they won't get too wet. At least there's not a huge lineup of children trying to get into school at the moment. There's a fairy who's going to school. Poor little James has got to wait in the rain. They're gradually getting to know some of the local children. Here we go, back in the nursery. This is where all the action is for the rest of the day. That's Owen, Olivia and Don having a little flirt, quiet moment. So Owen has had his bottle and using the potty. Oh, a dip kiss. As soon as he's off the potty, we'll put him in the playpen and he can work on his charisma, and we might get him to play with the other toddlers so that he can get to know them and become best friends with them. And the best place for that is in the playpen. Doesn't take much to frustrate Olivia, but she's still very friendly with her toddlers. She's nice to her toddlers. She might argue with the children, but she's pleasant and caring with her toddlers. Yeah, the friends, that's the girls. They're playing with each other in the playpen and making friends with each other. And there's that gnome still stuck outside. I'm going to move it myself because sometimes they get stuck right in the boundary and they can't jump away. Don just collected the mail. That's the first mail collection after Percy was born, and now Percy will have his imaginary friend because I've got the chance of imaginary friend set to 100%. I tried resetting that gnome and then I just dragged it out of the way eventually. So I found Olivia down here throwing darts at the dartboard. I thought maybe she's getting a bit of frustration out of her system. But then I was very impressed at what a good shot she is. She didn't get a perfect score, but she did pretty well. She's got the technique, and she's happy with it too. Pretty close to a bullseye. Now she better go upstairs and continue with her child duties. They're hiding in Gary's bedroom, getting away from the toddlers, having a little conversation together, just the two of them. There's no toddlers in this room. Don maybe he's thinking about getting the kids a pet. They don't have any pets. I've been thinking about a pet as well. But I don't think we can get a pet guinea pig. We might get a dog or a cat eventually. Don's rolled another wish to have another child as well, but that's not going to happen. Not as far as Olivia's concerned anyway, because Olivia has put her foot down. Of course, she might change her mind, or he might just forget about it. The future is in the future. Let's see what happens. So there we are. We've got little Percy in the playpen with Owen. So Owen is making best friends with his youngest brother, Percy. The girls are still playing together in the playpen. And there is the car to take Olivia to work. There she goes. Now that Percy's learnt to talk, I feel safe having him in the playpen, because if they're in the playpen and they play with the mirror, they can learn to talk from the mirror, and I wanted Don to teach him to talk. I'm going to end this video here because it is going to take at least another 15 minutes before I get little Owen aged up. So we'll make this one to be about Percy. I have completed the next video, so as soon as I've posted this one, finished loading it to YouTube, then I will load the next half of it, which will be another 15-minute approximately video. So thank you for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed it so far, and I shall see you in the next episode. Bye bye for now, and happy simming.